86 overall, they're 80, so, we're slightly lower overall, but I almost had a stroke there. Jesus, thank God my brain kept turning. What is going on, guys? We're back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild on Madden 20. It is the Eagles. Now, I know you're probably thinking, hey, they're 99 overall. They don't need a rebuild. Well, here's two things. In real life, it's not going super well. And the other thing is, Packers-Eagles are on tomorrow, and is it going to give me views or not? No, seriously, answer that, please. I have literally no clue. But at the end of the day, we're pretty much going to do every team anyways. You guys did hit 500 likes on that. Was it a Titans rebuild? It might have been a Titans rebuild. However, a lot of you guys voiced your opinion, and there was a lot of likes on it, surprisingly, that you guys weren't super interested in the draft classes. So maybe, maybe you guys just really liked me that we got all those likes out of nowhere, right? But what we will do, in fairness to those people that did like it, probably do the real-life drafts next time, assuming I remember to do it. But maybe you guys just like and subscribe if I tell you to. So like and subscribe, please? Maybe? I don't know. But do it once every two rebuilds? I don't know, something like that. But let's talk about the Eagles team. I think I need to talk more about the teams rather than just rebuilding them. Look at his face. He just looks so damn happy. This is the Eagles. An offensive line that on paper looks amazing. There was some questions about some of their finishing, I suppose. There was some plays where I seen someone say that they were just standing around after a play, but I seen the play. It was 5 or 6 seconds where they were blocking, and Wentz kind of got himself in trouble. So I don't know if there's actually a problem there, but on paper here in Madden, Jesus, look at this line. I know there's some guys that are old, and you're probably going to lose Peters. Kelsey goes to free agency a lot, and even if he doesn't, he drops in overall quite a bit. Same with Johnson and Brooks. But right now, this is amazing. Howard is actually not bad in real life. He's actually doing pretty well. I know they're trying to get Miles Sanders more involved. He's playing a lot of snaps, but, well, quote-unquote a lot of snaps. It's kind of a running back committee. But he hasn't been super consistent, and in the receiving game was really his biggest shining moments. Receiving core, on paper, looks decent. However, in real life, there's been some injuries as of late. Obviously, in this universe, that's irrelevant because, the injuries technically happened well after. Whiteside, this is a guy that I think they have a lot of hopes for. Hasn't really showed too much yet. Obviously, he's a rookie playing unexpected minutes, supposedly. Drops have been a huge issue for this team in real life. So I'm hoping this receiving core can get it going. Right now, Deshaun is actually showing up to be pretty damn beastly, so we're not going to touch any of that. I think Whiteside just going to upgrade in the background until Deshaun probably, retires here. Well, at least drops in overall quite a bit. Brada moves the middle linebacker. Apparently, linebacker core, it's definitely getting worse over the years. However, cornerbacks, if they can stay healthy, aren't terrible. Darby's He's not as good as he's supposed to be, basically. Maddox, showed up nicely for them last year. Hopefully he can do well for us as well. And then defensive line, there's some names. There's definitely some names there. DT, there's a lot of depth. This is a really good team, and I expect at least the playoffs year one. But going on forward, this could be a long haul type of deal. So I'm hoping we can make the Super Bowl year one, so then we can make it a 3-year rebuild and blah, blah, blah. Enough of that nonsense. Like and subscribe, please. I'm desperate. All right, let's take a look at the re-signing. So Nelson Agholor, I'm not saying he's... Holy crap, we're broke. What the hell? No wonder why half the team hits free agency. Okay, this is... Wow. Yeah, that's not good. So, Peters, see you later, pal. What are the Eagles doing in real life? Are they just you know what? This is the year. If it's not, you guys can start rooting for a new team, I guess. I mean, that's kind of that's what we're looking at here. We're probably gonna hop ship. What is going on here? We can afford one player, kinda, maybe two. No, we can only afford one player. We could probably afford. Are you for real with this? I honestly don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because Nelson Agholor is a wide. I don't know. I honestly think we're going to let most of these guys go except for Jake Elliott and probably Darby. But we're going to wait till the end of the season because if Darby sucks, we'll let him go and just sign Nelson maybe. I honestly don't know what to do here. I didn't know it was that big of a situation. I'm going to see if we can save any money, but if we can't... Oh, well, look at the kick power. All right. I see the Eagles cheesing it. I found out the problem. They're freaking broke. What in the world's going on? We can't get rid of McLeod. The bonus is pretty much the entire contract. Malik is getting paid. Like, every one of these guys is getting paid literally nothing year one because of the bonus, technically. What the hell? Are we going to be able to get rid of half of these players once the season ends? Yeah, this isn't very good. Everyone's got a bonus. Why are we handing out so many guarantees, Philly? Huh? How come everyone's guaranteed? See you later, pal. See you later. Why is there so many guarantees? How do I play? How do I do franchise with all these guarantees? And they actually, the scary part is they actually have a lot of these guys on very favorable team offers. They just have too much talent. They can't afford 5-3. Spoiler. They literally just can't afford anybody. That's it's just as simple as that sometimes. Sometimes you're just broke. Ronald Darby has usually gone up pretty nicely for me. Yeah, I think we're going to give him the deal, and whatever's left over is whatever's left over. Oh, we got some abilities already. Not much, but quarterback and increased weekly crap. O-line, no. Linebacker, no. I would say DB, probably, right? With this salary cap, re-signing players near the bye week has a whole new meaning because all of you are going to be saying goodbye. And I don't know if you guys are even upset about that because you're going to make a lot more money. Oh, my God, we can't even afford him. When you can't even afford your kicker, things are serious, you know? See, now there's a problem. Never mind. The problem is fine. Apparently, at 8-8, we make the playoffs. I said there was a... Stop. I said there was a problem because I did not expect to win. Very inconsistent and extremely poor to finish all the season. Early on, we were, what, maybe 6-3 at some point? And then that kind of became a problem. Good win against the Giants, even though the Giants are terrible. Are we even happy that we're here? I suppose, you know, with a great team that we had / have. Already speaking in past terms because the contract situation. You got to take it what you can get in. Holy crap, this offense underperformed. No wonder why we were only 8-8. Take a look at the defense. Derek Barnett, 9 sacks. Probably not enough to go up to superstar, but it's definitely better than I've seen in the past. So the sim has been really bad for sack total. Ooh, Jake, come on. For sack totals, unless you have like a god player like Myles Garrett, Mack, you know, the huge. I put Myles Garrett up there and DeMarcus Lawrence because those guys just kill you in sim and in game. I don't understand how, but they're just some of the best. Mack isn't really super great in sim, but he's insane in game, I suppose. But yeah, without the big names, you just don't get the numbers. Even with the big names, you kind of don't get the numbers. Like nowadays, it's like at least 12 sacks if you're a good pass rusher, right? Like that's kind of the way it is. You know, the average is probably about 10 if you're above average, but that's really redundant thing to say. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things they got to work on, specifically in sim. Different things triggering improperly is basically the way it is. You know, the sim win totals is just so random. Here, I mean, the Bears are a good team on paper, but overall-wise, they don't compare. They really don't. You know, there's 7 overalls under us. But yeah, here we are, a chance to choke the game away. Good defense. I really am shocked that they punted it. 3rd and 11. I'm really shocked we ran the damn ball, but there's a pick. Without that pick, that would have been, honestly, overtime. But because of that pick, it's not. I guess that punt was a really good decision, honestly. You know, they pinned us deep. Couldn't get out. They would have, they were at like the 40? I mean, that's almost guaranteed points. Somehow they didn't get it. Nelson Aguilar, interesting. I can't believe Ertz had 1 touchdown in the entire season. What do we do with Ertz? You have Dallas Goedert. You can't keep them both. When you have a team that's declining like this, not only in age, but, you know, actual roster talent, something's got to give. You can't double up on positions you don't need. Going to the divisional, going against probably the Saints. Nope, the Cowboys, even worse. 88 overall, probably. Only 83. So if we can maybe win here, not only would it obviously help us, pretty obvious there, smart me, but maybe delay the super team that the Cowboys always turn into, perhaps. Just saying, maybe. So I don't know what happened to my brain, but for some reason I started just watching the game play rather than watch this little screen. Cowboys are doing well. However, I'm seeing consistency issues from them. Although now that, just forget what I said because we lost. Okay, wait, consistency issues, am I right? Oh, okay, there's a chance. I think with 12 minutes left, I think obviously you physically could win, but Marquise Goodwin, I don't know. I don't know. I think you gotta go for it. You got a great tight end. Like, I know it's not as easy as I make it seem, but, like, can you not just throw to your really good tight end anytime you're in trouble and boom, first down? I don't know. Maybe I'm off my rocker. Maybe I'm just a genius. Who knows? And the 2-point. All right. I mean, defense makes a play. Forget about that. 5 minutes left. If offense can hurry up, you know, they can kind of... Holy crap. Okay, yeah, that's hurrying up already. Failed the 2-point, but that's fine. Defense makes a play. I'm not going to say that anymore because we're literally never going to make a play if I keep saying that. Is that a first down? Ooh, it's not a first down. GG, my fella. I mean, let me know what you guys think about me coming in the game. Also, 2 parts to it, because maybe you're like, it's fine if you play offense, but don't come in on defense. Or maybe you're just like, you know what, stop coming in at all. That's what she said. But I personally think with the way the game manages the clock, it's just unrealistic. You're just not going to see a team run one completion down the middle of the field and lose 40 seconds. It's just, I don't understand why it's not working, but that's just the way the game is. It just doesn't work. The outside, I wasn't meaning to be on my back feet, EA, clearly. Inside, and wow, he kind of hit his own guy there, which is quite interesting. We do that one time out, but I really, really want to save it until we literally need it. Like, we might not need it because Alan Galore is in for the touchdown. I mean, it's on All Madden, I think. It could be on All Pro. I'm not going to lie. It could very well be on All Pro. I'm pretty sure it defaults as All Madden. Well, you see here, kids. Yeah, I've trashed EA enough. Sometimes you just throw the ball to a receiver and they score a 80-yard touchdown when your team is in 3-man deep. That's all I can really tell you. Well, there's that. Now with that result in the books, I will be proceeding to crawl into a hole and cease to exist. Zach Brown, that's probably why he always becomes superstar, or usually does. McLeod, apparently. I am shooketh. We've actually got some names, surprisingly. Seahawks versus the Texans. The winner of that one will be probably the Seahawks, right? It appears so. All right, so this is the worst time of an Eagles rebuild. $5 million cap space, 40 billion players to get. So who do we have that we can actually get rid of? Malcolm's getting quite a bit of money. Brandon Graham is getting quite a bit of money. Malik is getting quite a bit of money. Is there any way we could trade him off? That guy is locked in for life. Nigel Bradham, 30 years old. Doable, but probably not worth it. Can't really get rid of Nelson. Well, that's not really much of a choice at this point now, is it? Because we're about to lose him right now. Yeah, word is broke. There's nothing really you can say about it. They paid Deshaun that much money? What are they doing? I'm actually baffled. Did EA do something wrong and like this team should be actually maneuverable? So if the Eagles don't win a Super Bowl this year, bye-bye, I guess. I mean, congrats, you kept the offensive line intact, but you have nothing else. I have never seen this, and I hope we have 15 first-round picks. That's all I can tell you. This is actually the worst cap situation by far any rebuild you're going to see. Like, this is your new starting offense. Like, what? Pretty big signings, actually. Zach Brown and Zerline pretty much signed for almost league minimum, which is pretty huge. All right, so now here's the issue. Not only do we have a bad draft pick, we also have no Super Bowl win. I really thought we were going to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, we just can't trade up. We need every single draft pick we can get. It's just going to be best available across the way. He looks really good, so I'm going to go for Devontae Ash later, I think. Middle linebacker, Kyle, maybe? Right guard, Kyle? I just wish this game was better. I'm going to go with the big guard, Wesley Kyle. Best available, I think. Looks pretty good to me. The thing that drew me towards him is not only the strength, but the age. The age and the weight. He's a true guard. We need a true guard. You know, this team needed a left guard before the season started. Now they need a left guard and a tackle. We've obviously solved the left guard situation, no doubt. Star or not, it could have been normal development, you know, honestly, with the way the draft is. This is the best you're going to get. You know, normal development, it is. I really wanted that cornerback with my first-round pick, but Unfortunately, the cornerback's gone. He probably went like slightly before us. Ash is here. Do we really reach this hard, though? That's the question. Devontae Ash. We really need a running back. Miles Sanders is the guy we have right now. Screw it, Devontae Ash. 75 overall hidden. This is the one that I really need to be a great development, but he looks insane. Other than spin move, he's actually very versatile. Speed is great. Excel is not so great, but the agility is really good. This guy is actually kind of freakly. He's pretty damn fast. He was probably the most, the safest bet, I suppose. Najee Hundley. This guy's a bit of a risk, but huge, super young. This is tough. I think we're going to have to find a way to get rid of Deshaun Jackson. Nah, we got to go Hundley. We got to go with the need. Okay, normal development, but once again, 74 overall is not terrible. Zone coverage is good. Man isn't great. Jumping's all right. Catching's rough. Really good stamina. Injury's great. He's decent. He was the worst pick so far, but not a bad pick by any means. Ooh, Brian Lawrence went very high. 70 overall. That's not terrible either. I think it's the Dolphins. He is. I mean, he's obviously the best available. Jeffrey Coles, late 4th. I'll take him. 70 overall. As long as you see hidden, you don't even care, you know? Ooh. I was too busy talking. I didn't even see the speed. Okay, so he's obviously a project player, but that's a steal. I mean, honestly, in a 32-man usually, that's like a first-round value pick, in my opinion. Very close to. Depends on the development, obviously, but I'd be pretty confident saying that, you know, that's a good pick, even in the first round. Going to go to the Rams, get a 6 this and a 6 next. The guard's gone, but the tackle's still there. We know that players do get reached upon, so we're going to go with this guy. He's got a lot of potential. Normal development, but 71 overall. I don't know where he fits on the team. Is he better than the rookies we already had that were normal? I can't say for sure, but that's not a terrible pick. It's been a pretty good draft. Obviously, we'll find out with the developments how good it was, but I am pretty satisfied. And then we have a kicker, good old Brian Daly, 71 overall with really good kick power. However, with that height, a little chunky, but is he really a punter? The punters seem to be on the taller side. Am I wrong saying that? I feel like punters are kind of tall. You know, like his morale is already down. But star, superstar, whatever, it's fine. Star development, perfectly fine with me. I mean, once again, great pick. Can't be mad. Now this one, yeah, superstar X Factor, please, pal. It's fine. Star development, he is the best potential guy at running back. We did also upgrade I forgot he had normal. We did upgrade the running back XP trait, so hopefully you get more there. And then this wide receiver with star. So a lot of guys at star. I'm fine with it. Still a really good draft. So here's a tip for you. Don't sort by position. That's just going to take you a lot longer. Brian Lawrence did have a hidden. He's a project player, but with a hidden, he's automatically worth that late 4th round pick. With star them, thank God it was star, but still, that's really good. And with the kind of salary situation we're in, we could use anybody with high upsides to replace some of these expensive players. You know, our overall is way up again, but I don't know. Our salary's way down again, so I'm worried about it. Who at EA knows this guy personally for him to be star development? If Brandon's going to be paid like one of the rare, decent left outside linebackers, we're putting him at a damn left outside linebacker. Hundley's going to make the start at middle. Big fella, kind of slow. Decent coverage stats. And that's all it takes to be a Madden safety. This defense is falling apart, man. I'm worried about it. But with that being said, let's look at Sidney at strong, though. Well, Malcolm's a strong, isn't he? So why wouldn't we put Sidney Jones at free? Depending on how the cornerback situation improves. Maybe Sidney goes back. Maybe he just plays all-time strong free safety. We'll see. Now, I'm not terribly unhappy with this. All right, we have our backups. We're ready to go. Going to have Coles in the slot receiver spot. Deshaun Jackson getting paid too much. We're going to put him at number 4. I'm not happy with it. So we're going to try to restructure him if we can, and we're probably not going to be able to. Tight ends, we have 2 talented ones. Can we even re-sign Goddard? Is he about to need a contract? I think he needs one soon-ish. Offensive line looks good. The right side is just a spot you don't go to, I guess. What else do we have? Linebackers looking slightly improved from where they were, I suppose, after the season ended. And then, of course, Malcolm. We still have to put it strong safety. For some reason, it just keeps getting adjusted back. It's a downgrade, but honestly, all things considered, it was a lot better than it probably should have been. So we have some resignings. Brandon Brooks we're going to knock out right now if we can. And we have a little bit of money. We did restructure a few of the names that were making way too much for how bad they played. And then we also did release some names. Derek Barnett is going to be the most expensive one of our names. He had a 9-sack season. He's decent enough. I think he's going to prove to be a long-time starter. Sidney Jones might be getting a little lowball here because of the position change, but it is what it is. We need to do whatever we can to keep these players going. And we actually have a little bit of money now, which is ironic because we're still missing a lot of players. Can release some guys soon. But yeah, I took maybe like 2 or 3 mil off of most of the players, and we're still sitting at 4 and 3. How is it that I always get the luckiest upgrades in these sim leagues? This was 3 upgrades. +3 to elusiveness, 1 to speed, 2 to agility, 1 to break tackle, 2 to juke move, and 1 to spin move. He goes to 94 agility, 93 speed, and he's basically a power back. Oh my lord, the potential is unlimited here. Alright, head to the playoffs. We barely made it last year. Can we do it this year? We can at 10-6, and this is a big one because it was a very close race. We actually lost to the Giants, but I believe they lost their final game. If they would have won their final game, they would have been fine. Yeah, those 2 losses were big, but 10-6, good enough. I forgot to change the scheme up. I wanted to do that a little bit, but it's fine. And, lack of touchdowns again. Yardage is okay. Rushing touchdowns weren't great. However, Devontae Ash played pretty damn well for a rookie. 3.4 yards per carry isn't great, but in a bruising style offense, I'm fine with it. Jeffrey Coles, that's going to be a superstar development, which is sick. Ertz still not really scoring touchdowns. Jeffrey had a better season than before. Whiteside, meh. And let's take a look at the offensive line. Pretty damn good. Corey Washington was decent. Let's take a look at defensively now. Pick totals. Jenkins might get a re-signing because of that 4-pick performance on the season. Sack totals, I'm just not liking that, man. The stats. 4 sacks for the starting edge. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right, let's see if we won any awards. Of course, we had a rookie linebacker, and we usually do take the Rookie of the Year award with those guys. We actually won Offensive Rookie of the Year with Ash, so that actually should be a superstar development as well. Hundley hopefully goes up to star. Pretty good stuff. Okay, I mean, better season than I was expecting for sure. And obviously, more importantly, 10-6. I mean, I'll take it. Take a quick glance at what the overalls are looking like. I believe Coles did have a pretty good come up. 77 overall, 76, I believe, without the morale, yes. Whiteside with a 79 overall, no morale boost, and almost potentially 70, maybe 80. Catching's decent. The route running's still lacking, though, so he's a dependable guy when he catches, when he has a chance at the ball, but getting open might be a different story. 86 overall there, 80, so, we're slightly lower overall, but I almost had a stroke there. Jesus, thank God my brain kept turning. We have a lot more youth. The salary cap situation's still rough, but not as bad. And that's pretty much that. That's about it. Punt. Stuff like that could lose you the game. But here, really good defense yet again. And on 4th and 1, we can't get a first down. We ran it 3 straight times, it would have seemed. I don't even know. -2. Did we actually hold them? They went for it, which is really stupid because they would have went up by 14. Instead, we're only down by 3 with a chance at the ball. 3rd and 2. Is that a short? Damn it. I really wish I was short. Here, huge penalty. If they score a touchdown, the game is over, and the game is unfortunately over. I'm just going to let it happen, and we lose by 10. Unfortunately, overalls do not matter in Sim. It's rough. It's really rough. Jacoby Brissett is their quarterback, and of course, as we know in Madden Sim, Jacoby Brissett is the greatest of all time. Rushing, once again, in the postseason, not very good. Receiving, super inconsistent. I know we're still on the up and up, but it's rough seeing guys like Fletcher Cox get 1 sack, and then Rankins against a really good offensive line gets 3, which just isn't going to happen. It just isn't, and both kickers each missed a kick. Ours was from very long, so I can't really be mad about it. Can you believe it? It's already about to be Season 3, and Year 1 was decent. Year 2 was very disappointing with how well the regular season went, but how poorly the results were in the offseason. Let's take a look at these development ups. Do we have any? Do we have any? Come on. I normally don't care too much, but this one, it's a lot on the line. Unfortunately, Ash, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Coles went up, which is pretty interesting. You guys don't like when I upgrade developments. Okay, so Hundley did win Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's only normal. It's desperate. We really need the upgrade. I'm not going to do it for the offensive player because fair enough. Even though he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm not going to. But defensively, Hundley was very good and a very big shock for us. Wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. He should go up in development. So we're going to make, Ash, who should have went up, we're going to use his with Hundley's combined to go up in development, which I think is totally fair. The real question is, what kind of regressions are we going to face? And also, can we resign the players we have? Seahawks in the bowl again. They won it last time, I believe, and they lose it this time. We have Malcolm Jenkins in free agency. I don't know if we can really afford him, though. Money's not looking great. He declined a $5 million per year offer. There's some names here. Mac Hollins, I see him drop the ball a lot. I'm not too worried about the guys we're going to lose here. And we might have enough money for one okay name. Really, did we lose anyone to retirement? That's the thing I worry about. Thankfully, we did not. Looking very good. Jeffrey, this is going to be probably his final season on the team. The cap hit isn't too bad to get rid of him, so he is potentially a roster casualty here. Cornerback, still a bit of a need, but not that big. Linebacker by far stands as the biggest need on this team. Obviously, preventative measures like DT and all that, but linebacker goes without saying. That's the biggest need on this team. Trubisky with superstar development. What's his abilities? Be interesting to see him get escape artist. I think he probably should have it, in my opinion. I think I would give it to him, but that's not my choice, and even if it was my choice, it's a pain to try and do, so I will not be doing it. How big of a regression did Brandon Graham actually take? Because he's on a one-year deal as well. He didn't really play super well, but I think as an 84 overall, he can play one more season on the team. All right, head to the next week. J.C. Jackson, that's a bit of a loss. Xavier Woods, Alec Anzalone was a big one because obviously linebacker was a huge issue. I tried to offer on Jayon Brown. Unfortunately, he clearly did not join the team, and he now has a bunch of offers, but we still lead the pack. Now we have an option, though, to take a look at the actual draft class and see if there's somebody with a really good combine maybe that fits. We don't have to pay that much for a linebacker. We'll be back with the decisions, and I don't think there's really much more we can do in free agency. Of course, you have Assembly, but we have our line set. Yeah, unless we put him at tackle, but I don't think that would be very realistic. He's definitely built as a guard. I mean, he's kind of heavy, but he is... Yeah, he's kind of built for a guard spot, I think. All right, so middle linebacker not looking super strong in the draft, so we're hoping to get Jayon, which we do. Only normal development, unfortunately, but moving on to outside linebacker, probably will give him, once again, a pretty decent boost. So with the likes of Anzalone and... good old Jayon on the... Oh, Jayon with 3 upgrades as well to the outside. We should have an 80-plus overall core on the linebacking spot, which is one of our bigger needs. And then, luckily, this draft is pretty decent at DT. Fletcher Cox maybe moves to the right end spot, depending on who we draft. I don't know. I mean, he's very versatile. Still fast enough, of course. So we'll have to see, best available wherever we can put him. Let's see, Fletcher Cox... Yeah, I mean, he's very fast, can play edge, obviously. So, I mean, we're just going to draft best available again. Safety, not necessarily a need because we did get Xavier Woods to hopefully save us, but still going to be on our radar. So, our team is actually really decent right now, maybe even better than last year, but it's going to come down to the offense actually playing well enough. All right, so once again, I told you guys that DT is rather deep in this class. Pick 23 is decent enough. There was like 2 DTs, one really good. I don't know if he's going to be there, though. And then a decent one as the backup. I think you got to go Hilton. That's just a steal and a half at talent. I mean, look at the overall. He's probably going to be star development, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter. He's almost like a Fletcher Cox already, which is ridiculously insane. Pick 23. Let's go to the next round. First things first, go to the next round. Once again, we're not really sure what we want to do onto the defensive line because Brandon Graham's not going to last super long. Let's take a look at the draft board. So Marston, just, what is this, Red Dead? Thurston is there. We're going to take him a little bit of a reach. Okay, normal development sucks, but he's young, tall, and he's not terrible. I mean, the development really does suck, and, these guys... I think the way EA intends these is to actually be very good players, because of course you can get those dev up chances, which not only give you a dev up, but they also give you a ton of XP. So I think EA intends that guy to be really good, but since we're doing a rebuild, we're probably not going to maximize his potential, unfortunately. James Perry, though, he's very fast. His 3-cone and 20-yard is really bad, but he's 6'1". So I'm going to go with that straight line speed, and we do get a hit in. The main thing I was kind of excited about is the overall. 71 overall is nice. Ooh, wrong thing. Okay jumping. Better agility and excel than I would have thought, to be honest. 93 speed is really good. That's elite speed. Juke ability is decent. Toughness is rough, but everything else is perfectly fine. He's actually a pretty decent receiver. Maybe replaces Alshon in the future, technically. Like, maybe he'll be Whiteside's Alshon to his Whiteside. I don't know. If that tackle is there, we'll take him. If he's not, we're not going to take him. Simply, it's kind of how that works. And he's not there. There's a decent fullback here we may try to get, but we're going to trade down our 4th and our 5th round picks, I believe, which maybe give us a little bit for next year. I'm not exactly sure how long we're willing to do this rebuild, because once again, it is a team in real life that should be in a good spot, but they kind of aren't. So I think I have to give them a 4th round next year if I want their 3rd. I think that's probably fair. It is what it is. He's still there. Great lead block. Slow, but super strong. This guy looks pretty good. I will take it. Eli Demps. He's one of the best fullbacks I've ever seen in the draft. I mean, it's not like he's crazy good, but as far as fullbacks go, he's pretty damn sick. How young is he? 21. Huge as well. That guy's actually really good. If I got him in a user league, I'd actually be hyped. Like, fullback hype would be legit there. That would be insane. Kind of, I mean, he's not like Copa, but, you know, we were hyped for Copa in our Chicago league last Madden, so don't make fun of me, okay? Don't make fun of me for getting hyped over a fullback. Now we actually get to see the development of a fullback. Hilton was one of them. He's insane. Obviously, star development because of that insanity. And, yeah, once again, star development, perfectly fine. I knew he was going to be. It's so obvious. It's just like certain players, obviously, it could have been Superstar X Factor, but certain players you just know this one could be Superstar. Could not be Superstar. And then the fullback, obviously, is a Superstar X Factor. There's clearly no doubt about it. And it's star for sure. Yep, star. So, once again, a bunch of stars. Thurston, I really wish he would have had better development, especially in a rebuild. It's just 96 stamina, 89 kick. Oh, do they actually give good players, or is this just really elite? 87 juke move seems high for any sort of rookie receiver, let alone, you know, whether it's short or not. Superstar, that guy's insane. All right, so there was not like a super debate, but there was 2 guys that we could have had. Oh, McCutcheon. Did we have a chance? We did have a chance at McCutcheon. Kuchen. Similar speed, stronger. A little bit more raw, so that's kind of why we didn't take him. What's the development, though? Oof. Strada, I believe. He was on our board as well. 72, more raw once again. A little bit slower, but more of a true defensive tackle. Development is... wow. Okay, so in all things considered, we definitely hit a few... you know, we kind of busted. Obviously, he's a great player, but you can't deny those, and obviously I don't want any more heartbreak, so we're going to ignore that. Year 3 now. We're doing really well in the drafts and the free agencies. I'm not sure how the hell we can do any better than this. Like, we're actually killing it, and we're still kind of struggling, so I don't know. That's all I can really tell you. Perry, he's going to sit at the number 4 spot for now. Jeffrey's got 1 final year in him. Hopefully there's no expensive re-signings. Obviously, we're going to have to move all this crap around, but I think we should at least be an 86, maybe even higher overall. Malik Jackson, can we actually get rid of him, which would be really interesting? We can get rid of him. So obviously Hilton's got to start. He's got way too much potential not to. So currently we have too many players on the roster, but we signed a backup quarterback, Drew Lock. Never got it done apparently, and this is pretty much the starting lineup. I didn't get to see Jeffrey Cole's actual abilities in and out of lead. It's a very good ability. Development trade, of course, we already know he went up. Offensive lineman, once again, Washington. Stay at the starting spot. Don't let them bully you around. Offensive line, superstar development, man, it's huge. Having superstar development is a game changer. It keeps you around longer. It's honestly unfair. The Eagles have it so good here. And let's take a look at the defense now. Anzalone and Jayon Brown move on to the starting spots. Zach Brown stays on for not only the depth, but he is kind of cheap. We did get rid of Bradham. Costed us 2.5 mil to lose, but we gained 6 mil in cap space, so it's fine. And then DBs, it's slowly getting worse, but we're slowly getting younger, kinda, maybe, not really. Defensive line, once again, Barnett and Hilton are the future, with Cox obviously being the future as well. Brandon Graham's going to be needing to be replaced soon. We do have Sweat here as the backup, but he needs a contract. He may be let go super fast, but I don't know. It might be too late for him. But this is probably another playoff roster and maybe a Super Bowl, hopefully. We randomly simmed to week 9, and this is probably the first time I've really, maybe the second time I've actually looked. Ooh, how much? It's got to be like 150 yards, is it? That's rough. It's probably the first time I've ever actually seen the dev up chance while we're doing a rebuild. Maybe the second time, which is pretty sick. Speaking of things that are sick, our salary cap is not sick. Oh, I'm wrong. The cap room's looking good, but there is some big names. So we're going to obviously re-sign Kelsey. Lane Johnson, we'll give him a 2-year deal as well. We've just been over this. The developments matter, and clearly they're going to last until the end of time. Maddox, he's proven himself to be worthy. We're trying to get his zone coverage up. We're doing all right with it. I think. No, we're not. 74 zone. Never mind. Dallas Goedert or Zach Ertz. We have a 26-year-old who's not a great overall, and we have a 30-year-old who wants like the rest of eternity to be on the team. We're going to wait. We could afford Dallas as well, though. All right, so we simmed it. Lost by 10 to a team that was worse than us. That sucks. Rip. Now I'm actually kind of curious to see how good of a season, how good of a game he had before that, because supposedly you get them off of good games. Yeah, you missed the mark, pal, because he didn't deserve the dev up chance at all. All right, here we are, head to the playoffs. I mean, we've been good. We've been above average. Okay, 10-6, fair enough. Jeffrey Coles has a new ability as well. What's that new ability? Oh, he's actually got some really good abilities because Streak Specialist is a pretty rare ability. 96 speed, looking good. But we do make the playoffs at 10-6. The rest of the division, not looking very good. We've been pretty consistent. You know, we haven't been great, but we've been consistent. Devontae Ash, a much better season. You know, he improved the receiving core really bad, though. We might have to change schemes. I don't know. We're doing enough to make the playoffs, but then once we actually make it into a playoff game, we just suck. Same as our pass rush. Don't know when the hell we got Jonathan Cyprien. Apparently, he decided to just walk right in, take Woods' job. Thanks, game. He's a 71 overall. I'm not saying that's the reason we didn't, go maybe 11-5 or 12-4, but that's a 10 overall drop, EA. I don't know why he's on the team. But regardless, here we are going against the Packers. 86 to their 70. We're a full 9 overalls, almost 10 overalls higher than them. And comparing it to last year, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, right? The overalls, some of the times we were losing with 15 plus, 18 plus, and maybe even a 20 plus at some point, with the Giants somehow getting unlimited sim luck. But this year, 9 overalls, I'm not saying that guarantees you a loss if you're playing user to user, but holy crap, it is hard to win, So a 9 overall is basically like saying the Dolphins are going to go out and beat maybe the Ravens? I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. I guess, maybe. I don't know. Who cares? Down by 10 is all that matters. Down by 14 now. 11. Defense is doing a little bit better. We need them scores. Touchdown before half. Could be the difference between advancing and not advancing. Or maybe it just won't matter. Here's the fourth quarter. Defense locks up again. Another great game. What a clutch fourth down. The decision. That is a coaching win right there, boys. Come on. Offense, do it. Ash is a legend. 34-24 for the win. Good old Carson Wentz finally showing up. Rodgers finally showing up as well. We see Rodgers suck so much in sim. Aaron Jones was okay. They just didn't run the ball much. We, on the other hand, ran the ball too much probably. Offensively, just, got the job done. And then defensively, we were pretty damn locked down for the most part. Their kicker missed a field goal, which is a bit game-changing. But we won, and that's all I care about. Can transform any offense. Yeah, can transform any offense from kind of liking each other to just a toxic environment. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to bring it up. Forget about it. I didn't make 2 or 3 videos about him a couple weeks ago. Was that actually a couple weeks ago now? I don't care about these fellas, so we're just going to automatically forget about that. And here is the 80 overall Bears. Congratulations, Bears, on your championship trip. Here we are, only up by 6, all the opportunities in the world. But, yeah, both teams not really finishing well on offense. A 6-6 score at half, and that changes, which sucks. Are we just going to only kick field goals today? The defense is doing a really good job, both sides, really, but obviously we don't really care what they do. They have Patrick Huff. Never heard of him. Probably some sort of rookie, right? Then again, who knows? Gardner Minshew, wouldn't know what he is a couple weeks ago, and now you do. Now you Minshew, okay, good 3 straight plays without a yard gained. I'm going to come in and cheat again. Love it. I would really like to win a Super Bowl because I think this team is obviously worth it. Do we trust? Jeffrey is my man. Like, you got to trust Alshon Jeffrey. You got 2 minutes and 3 timeouts. You also have 2 picks, Wentz, because you're the least clutch player ever, right? Clearly not. But in Madden, you would have thought so. Offensively, once again, I mean, I can see you guys not wanting me to come in for defense, right? Fair enough. Fair enough. No more defense if you guys really care. Offense, I have to disagree. This game is bad. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. Best offensive line in football can't lock down Mac to at least a second? At first, I thought there was a mix-up, and I thought Ertz was on Mac, and I was about to apologize to the game. And then my brain was like, wait a minute. He doesn't make fair decisions and fair mistakes. We got to just force it. Damn it. We've been over this. All you have to do is force it to the tight end, and apparently that works. That's a late read. Ertz is a god, but he's not good enough. Oof. This season could be coming to an end here. As much as I want to crap talk the game, kind of in a point where I'm doing exactly what the AI did. But it's a little bit different. We're closer to the end zone. We're going to the rookie, to the outside, catch that. And you suck, we lose the game. Nice. Superstar dev bullcrap. Well, unfortunately, my boys, we have lost the game, and the season is over. So we will try one final season, and at that point, I'm not sure what more we could do. I think we've done well. We just suck in primetime. Mac and Barnett. I mean, we had the better sack. We had better pressure, so turnovers. Turnovers are the difference. I'm honestly just surprised we turned this team around. I know it sounds weird to say, but after that first year, I really thought this was going to be just a complete bust. But we've obviously kept up with it. We've had some decent drafts. Let's see what we can do. Going against nobody, because we have obviously lost, but the Bears going against the Bills, and the Bears will win by 14. So looking at tight end, we obviously want Ertz back, so we're going to look to tag him. But we will offer him a low ball, just in case he wants it. I mean, that's not an unfair low ball. Not interested in signing. $12 million deal. That obviously works more for us. Brandon Graham is past his prime, just like Jeffrey. I kind of want Goddard back, to be honest, but we're going to let it go. Some big names. Mailata. Selfish. Yeah, I don't know what a Mailata is. I'm sorry. Terry Godwin the second. That guy actually looks decent, to be honest. Back up. Hello. Door to the team. Oh, he's normal development. I mean, I don't know why I didn't know that. He was clearly on the screen. It is what it is. Let's take a look at the offensive line. Did anyone retire? Kelsey worries me. Please tell me. One last season. Come on, Kelsey. I hate you. I hate you. It's the final season, man. Are you for real? It is what it is. Ash, really good. I'm surprised he didn't go in development. Pass rush, that's the biggest need. So we need a right end. We need a center. And a tackle wouldn't hurt. So not a whole lot to worry about, but see what we can do. 47 mil to work with. Could get one offensive lineman. Baker Mayfield is here. I personally would much rather have him because Wentz has played pretty averagely and his development is, he's kind of max. Where he is right now is the highest he's going to get. Von Miller is definitely on my radar. 2-year deal for a superstar X Factor. On my radar for sure. That would be one hell of a pairing. Can't lie. And then Mitchell Schwartz, can we maybe move? I mean, I guess we need a tackle in general, so we're just going to pay this man. I mean, we're going to kind of real-life Eagles it, but we're just not going to be locked in long-term like the Eagles in real life. Tremaine Edmonds is in the free agencies. 24, 85 overall is looking insane, actually. Just bad catching. That's the only thing you really have to worry about. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's really much more we could do. I like what we have and what we've offered. That's pretty much it. So as you expect with anything to do with me, in general and the luck I've had, my audio kicked out for the final season. Voice crack, kinda. Yay. Josh Jackson joins the team, Von Miller joins the team, and not Mitchell Schwartz because the game isn't a fan of me. We're already in the draft. Maybe I should have edited this in a way where I don't have to speed up even faster. But of course, in the draft, we have pretty much all offensive linemen. There's like a DT, there's a strong safety, but offensive lineman's best available. In normal development, could you not? This is the one, I think offensive lineman is the one position where you can kind of say you had a bust if they're normal development. So we basically had 2 busts. I know they're decent players, but with no development up chance in the game for offensive linemen, they're basically busts. You can obviously develop them, there's no doubt about it, but they're not as good. So I guess maybe bust isn't the proper word on their normal development. Love it, but not great. I don't know. Who cares at this point? This is the team we're going to be rocking with, though, in the final season. It's pretty good. It's an 89 overall, the highest overall we've had so far. Could get to like a 92, maybe, if we're lucky, depending on the overall ups, how well the players play and all that. And if you notice in the background, there's a floating iPhone. Interesting. Not really an iPhone, but, you know, when people think phones, they think iPhones. Let's just be honest, whether you like Android or not. It's basically the go-to in the words-wise. Fletcher Cox wants a 1-year deal, so we'll give him a 2-year deal. Zach Ertz wants a 4-year deal, so we're not going to give him any deal. Brandon Brooks wants a year, so we'll give it to him. Whiteside, we'll give him a 5. He hasn't been great, but you just don't let the true number 1 on this team go. And then everyone else, you'd have to wait and decide. Playoffs are irrelevant because we don't make it. 6-10 for the best team in the game. You know we're going to go full petty mode. Don't you worry one bit about it. We're going to go full petty mode. We're going to show you guys how good we are compared to everyone else. Wentz, average. Running back, a little bit better every season. Receivers, disappointing. Defensively, lots of tackles. Decent picks, I suppose. And then 14.5 combined sacks between Vaughn and Fletcher Cox. I would think if they combined together, they would each have 14.5 sacks. And of course, you know, when you see retirement, it's going to happen. Look at these teams. The talent in the league. Just absolutely brilliant. Oh, the Saints. They're so good. They're an 85 overall. How could we ever compete? 81, 83, 76, 76, 76, 76. Everyone's a damn 76. Our chances of winning the Super Bowl are 1 out of 76. Whoa, 91 overall. How could it be? There's a 91 overall team. Surely they always win the Super Bowl. I had a whole, funny joke. I don't know. The audio's gone. Who cares? Look at the teams that were decent. Cardinals, Dolphins, Bills, I know in real life are going to definitely falter. That's all I'm going to say. Floating iPhone once again. Floating phone. Floating smart block. Okay? That's what the first smartphones were called. Okay? And they definitely had the word floating in them. Oh, look at us. We got a floating screen on the thing. Funny joke, us. Oh, look, it's moving. We get it. It's a glitch. Edit better next time. Stop sucking at editing. Wow, look at that. A tablet. Nice. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this rebuild and you think EA screwed us, leave a like on the video, maybe subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. If you have a suggestion for a team you want to see next, let me know in the comment section below. But anyways, hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!